All right, hi, this is Paul Slatkis, and I'm very excited to speak to my good buddy here, Steve Ewell. Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing great, Paul. It's great to see you and great to reconnect.
Steve is the executive director. I want to make sure I get this right. CTA Foundation, Consumer Technology Association, and he's been with them for some years now. We've interviewed you a few times over the years, either virtually and or on location. And location means what? CTA means what? And you're celebrating how many years of this organization?
Yeah, all very good questions. And actually, now that you say that, I'm looking at the date and realizing I think it's 12 years to the day that I started here at CTA as we were getting ready to launch this foundation. And yes, to answer all your questions, CTA is the Consumer Technology Association. It's a trade association. It represents about 1,300 technology companies, everything from those big global brands that everyone knows and recognizes to actually about 80% of their members are small businesses. And that could be startup companies, that could be the installers that come and put a home theater system in your home. It's really across the entire technology industry. The CTA Foundation, the piece that I head up, we're the charitable foundation. We were started, as I said, about 12 years ago as a way to give back on behalf of the industry. And we're specifically focused on using technology to help older adults and people with disabilities. We do that through a variety of programs. It's convening, it's bringing the right people together to have the right types of conversations. It's focused on innovation, some of the programs that we do, the awards we give out. And then last, it is a grant based foundation. So we're not the Gates Foundation by any extent of the imagination, but we do give out about $500,000 a year in grants to nonprofit organizations that are using technology to help older adults or people with disabilities. And then the last piece you said, where would I be on location? I'm actually in Arlington, Virginia at our headquarters right now, but when you're talking about CTA and it's talking about CES, which is our show that happens every year in Las Vegas, brings together people from across the entire technology world. We like to call it the global stage for innovation. And, we are getting ready to be back out in Las Vegas here in early January.
Okay, early January is like pretty soon. The 9th, isn't that right, of January?
Yep, next week.
Okay. All righty. So now somewhere I heard over 100,000 people participate. Somewhere I even heard 150,000, but you got a lot of people that come, right?
So we're expecting about 130,000 people this year. So, and that is, and it's not open to the public. So that 130,000 are people that are in the industry. It's the media that covers the industry, the investors, the retailers, but basically everyone there has some kind of tie or relationship to the consumer technology industry. And from that number, we expect about a third of them will be international attendees, and then the other two thirds will be US based.
Somewhere I heard this statistic. I believe it still might for America, for USA. At one point the number one export of America was entertainment and our technology industry. This is a serious business, right? This is not just someone getting up and singing a rock and roll song at the Hall of Fame event last night, even though that was off the charts magnificent. But each one of those people on stage, they're making a buck, and they're and it's a serious business, isn't it? Technology.
Oh, oh yeah, absolutely. We're continuing to track the industry, and CTA has an incredible market research team. But no, I mean there is it's so much opportunity for innovation. Whether you're talking, yeah, those big global brands or the small startups that are coming up with the new ideas that who knows where those will go next. But I'd have to. I don't have all the market research numbers off the top of my head, but it's really an incredible industry.
Tell us about next week though, because I saw you have a very interesting program, and so tell us what's going to happen for your group.
Yeah, so one of our big focuses, as I said, our foundation's focused on using technology to help older adults and people with disabilities. So we've really spent the last decade plus trying to raise awareness. And one of the great opportunities at CES is the fact that we do bring people from across the entire industry together. So it's an opportunity for us to go and get in front of people who might not otherwise, go to a conference focused on accessibility or focused on aging or disability, and have an opportunity to highlight, here are some incredible opportunities to really highlight the types of technologies that can really improve lives. We do a few different things that we'll have at CES next week. One of which we do, it's actually our 8th year running this program, but we give away 5 booths every year to startup companies that have technologies that could benefit older adults or people with disabilities. We've got 5 really incredible companies from across the US and Canada that are showcasing at CES this year. And it's everything from an over-the-counter hearing aid device to a social robot to we have a device designed to help blind people follow sports through a tactile surface that they can feel the ball moving across the court and the players moving across the court. So we're really excited to see these companies on display at CES. We'll do our pitch competition. This will be our 6th time doing a pitch competition at CES. This year we're focused on health tech. We're going to have 8 companies from all over the world come and pitch their products, and it's all with the focus of health, but also how can their technologies improve health for older adults or people with disabilities. So we'll have a wide variety of different products on display there. And one of the things I love about that event is we do have a bunch of professional kind of investor type people that are going to be our judges, and they'll select a grand prize winner. But we also poll the audience, so we'll have a chance to get the audience choice winner as well. And this year we've actually partnered with another organization called the Patient Safety Technology Challenge, and they're actually going to have a separate judge that will be evaluating all of the companies based on their impact on patient safety. So not all of our companies are necessarily addressing that issue, but of the ones that do, they'll actually get an additional award and prize from that organization for being able to help address patient safety issues. So really excited for that program. And then we'll have a lot of different events and sessions, everything from, gaming accessibility and vehicle accessibility to, once again, we have a whole session on over-the-counter hearing aids because that's a really big issue for us. It's now been a year since that product category has been on the market. We see that as an opportunity to create awareness for consumers and availability to consumers who couldn't previously afford hearing technologies.
What you represent actually is a very, very large amount of people. Disabilities, right? What are you talking? 60, at least in America alone. And remember, you said to me that there people are coming from all around the world. So if we just use that word disabilities, somewhere I heard 60, 70 million people have disabilities. And that doesn't mean you got to be a senior adult. You might have bad hearing at the age of 20 or 18 or younger, right?
Yep.
So you're really covering a big gamut of age concerns for, unfortunately, some problematic situations that some people might have to go through. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it is. It's a massive market. In the US right now, they say about a fifth of the country has some form of disability. Depending on how you define everything, it can go up a little bit, it can go down a little bit, and then when you go worldwide, it actually increases a bit. Based on in many cases things not being treated and other challenges that come along those lines. But yeah, so this is also something that really impacts all of us because when you're including disability into the spectrum, one, as we're aging, we're much more likely to experience some sort of disability, whether it is, hearing loss, vision loss, some lack of mobility, cognitive challenges, other things along those lines. So, you know, God willing, we're all aging, and we're likely to experience at least some of that. But also, just throughout our lives, you never know when you could have an accident and end up with a disability, maybe a temporary disability. You break an arm or a leg, and you're in a cast for a little while. But it may also be a permanent disability, as you said. People of all ages really can experience different disabilities, but that's where we see the power of technology to make these technologies really adapt to the individual and help them do what they're hoping to do with their lives. So whether you're 18 years old and trying to you know control the thermostat in your home, or you're 80 years old and trying to control the thermostat at home, having the opportunities to, whether you're pulling it up on your phone, walking over to the device on your wall and adjusting it, or just talking to, a speaker in the house, you have different options, and it's based on you and what works best for your individual needs.
Also, seniors, seniors covers everybody to a certain degree. Because if you're a senior, there's some odds that you had a child. There's some odds that your child had a child if you're a little older, right? And so before you know it, yes, I'm a senior, but you know what? I'm talking about Nickelodeon to my grandkids. And I'm talking about, going and getting a Barbie doll or whatever it is. And then you have your own, say, child. I'm 74, so I just, I'm living this reality. And so then there's my own daughter, the mother of my grandkids. And so before you know, my daughter's my carekeeper. So she's living, helping her daddy and mommy. This is a big community that is such an important community and a very needed. I would say if you're a good child, this is who took care of you. This is the one who helped you go to college. This is the one that put clothes on your back. And this wise children, they they really care about that 50 plus community, don't they? Would you say?
Y Yeah, I mean, it is. It's an incredible growing demographic, and that's actually one of the challenges, though, is we do see what's often referred to as the sandwich generation, that is, in the middle of caregiving for their kids while also caregiving for their parents, and, trying to figure out the right ways to, balance, both of those needs, and once again, I don't think technology replaces the people in the system. You need the people in the system. You need the personal connections in there. But technology can really help prevent some of the burnout and other challenges. So if you're able to take a few things off, whether it's off your plate or your daughter's plate, that can help a whole lot with, just making it a little bit easier on all involved. And that's where I think technology plays a really important and critical role.
You got it. And you're the right man for this job. Well spoken. And he hosts most of these events that happen here. Listen to Steve. He's fantastic. He gets up there. I think he's CBS or NBC material too. You know that. Uh, does a great
I don't
job.
know about that, but
Well,
I
no, you do a
appreciate it.
great job. You're so personable. Everybody feels comfortable and they all share there. It's a great event. What's the website?
So for the CES event, you'll go to ces.tech. It's .tech. For the CTA Foundation, it's ctafoundation.tech. Once again, .tech. And between those and all the various social media channels, if you just search CES or search CTA Foundation, you can find us on those various channels, and you'll be seeing a whole lot going out from us and our various partners next week during CES.
Okay, Steve, thanks so much for sharing.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me.
Okay.